That journey from above our shoulders to integrating life below our shoulders to connecting our hearts to our spirits to our guts to our soul is a journey. It's just that we are taught early on what people value. And so we began to wrap our values around what other people value as well. And the intellect has always been pushed first in many, especially in many communities of color, because that is how success has been defined in many communities of color, um, especially from generation to generation, one generation doing better than the next. And so to be able to go back and reclaim that part of ourselves that um, feels and operates out of feeling, and that operates out of a deeper wisdom of knowing is always going to be a journey, because they have to learn to live in tandem. They can't live in opposition to one another. So it's not you at some point you begin to say to yourself, I want to live more integrated. You know what, I welcome my tears as much as I welcome my ability to parse that sentence out in ways that people understand, or to make that decision that's going to ultimately bring me more revenue. Both are essential. Both are essential to connecting to our humanity. And the way that I am always reminded of my humanity is that I tell my friends, every now and then the ocean calls me, because it's a living being. It's a living being, and it calls to me. It calls me to come and stand at its shores, to come and feel the power of its wave, to feel the salt off the water, to be reminded that I am part of something much larger than what my intellect can even begin to parse. And I think we start there. We start thinking about, what is it that I'm a part of that has nothing to do with my intellect, but has everything to do with how I stand in relationship to all beings, how I stand in relationship to the trees, and how I stand in relationship to the ground, and how I stand in relationship to the water, and how I stand in relationship to every other human being. And how do I want folks to see me? And how do I want folks to experience me? And how do I want folks to to feel my presence when they're in my presence? I want folks to feel like their soul has been seen, because I want you to see minds, which requires me to get out of my head and out of my way and allow me to live more integrated, because I want you to see my soul. And I want you to see the part of my soul that complements the part of your soul, and vice versa. And I think once we begin to shift how we want to be engaged, how we want to embody, how we want to move, it becomes an easier journey. It becomes an easier journey. It's not a journey of, I'm going to live above my shoulders. I'm going to think my way out of this. Sometimes we get to feel and be present for whatever it is that's happening below our shoulders, and we get to invite our intellect to sit with that. Come and sit and be part of what we feel. Come and sit and be part of what we're experiencing. Come and sit and know that ancient wisdom that you can't know because you're intellect.